faculty, families, friends, and fellow graduates. Good morning. I'm truly humbled by the opportunity to speak to everyone, and I want to give a warm congratulations to the class of 2014. Also, it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so I have to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms in the room.
Thank you. I raised them well.
So a few weeks ago, I received an email from my academic advisor that said, in summary, BTW, you're the speaker, congrats. I was immediately filled with excitement, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. Realistically, I was like, holy shoot. What am I supposed to say? You're welcome. I have the privilege and the honor of standing in front of my family, my closest friends, their families, people that have no idea who I am, and providing some profound speech that's supposed to be motivational and inspirational. We already know Webster's definition of graduation, and we already know today's supposedly the first day of the rest of our lives. So I don't want to bore you guys with overused cliches, just personal anecdotes that hopefully keep you engaged for the next 5 minutes or so. I was probably the most mediocre, average student in high school. And that gave me this internal motivation to be better in college. I wanted to be successful. And I don't necessarily think that success can be defined by leadership positions that I've held or that anybody else has held. I think success is the difference between the person I came into Stetson as and the person that I am today. It's how I've changed and who I've impacted. Freshman year, I found my home in Greek life. Now, this is no ordinary Greek life. This is Stetson Greek life. This Greek system challenges the status quo and fights a stereotype. I didn't buy in because of the frat life norm that's portrayed in movies like Animal House and other forms of media. I bought in because of the brotherhood and the loyalty. This group of men challenged me and changed my life. They provided me the opportunity to grow and develop into a leader that I saw in seniors when I was just a freshman. Members of my fraternity encouraged me to get involved with this little orientation program called Focus. And without this program, my Stetson experience would not nearly have been as great as it was. And that's because of people like Rosalie Carpenter, who's the Dean of Students, who cares so passionately about each and every one of the students here that she does everything she can to help them maximize their potential. She did that for me, and she did that for everybody else involved in the orientation program. On top of Greek life and Focus, I briefly want to mention the best academic experience that I've had. And that was being a member of the Roland George Investments Program. I'm not here to give a sales pitch on the program because all the awards should speak for themselves. I'm here because programs like Roland George, professors like Dr. Casey Mom, real-life experiences managing a $3.4 million portfolio aren't at other institutions. They are, however, at Stetson. And that's what makes us significant. Greek life, Focus, Roland George. These are just a few aspects of my Stetson career that reassure me that I made the best decision possible coming to this institution. Because of them, people often say to me, wow, Jeremy, you must have had such an amazing college experience. And I can never say yes to that answer because I don't think college is an experience. It's a bunch of moments. College is something that we complete. Life is what we experience. And Stetson was filled with moments that contributed to who we are, who we become, and what we do. So what's the next moment? How do we move forward? I'm kind of a geek, and over the past few years, I was often made fun of because I could be found sitting in my room at my desk underneath my lofted bed playing with Rubik's Cubes on Saturday nights. Where's this going? I know. I'm going to make a bold statement here and say that a Rubik's Cube is symbolic of the future and what our lives can be. I say this because the amount of possibilities that we have from this day on is like a Rubik's Cube. That little 3x3x3 toy has more possibilities than light. The speed of light travels inches in a century. Bear with me. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, right? I'm not going to get into how many seconds there are in a century, but there's a lot. And the end result is 37 quintillion inches in a century. That's 37 with 18 zeros after it. Well, that little Rubik's Cube actually has 43 quintillion different possibilities from start to finish. Jeremy, you ask, how is this life? So much of what we do is spent planning, preparing, worrying, and assessing what's going to happen next. We can't predict everything. Let's survey the landscape of people and events constantly bombarding our lives in which we're trying to predict. We have our families, our friends, co-workers, not to mention the admissions advisor that accepted you into the university, and anybody else that indirectly impacts our lives without us knowing it. And on top of that, the whole butterfly effect thing. And we're asked, what's next? How are we supposed to know? How do we know what to do? Well, we have this Rubik's Cube in our hand with 43 quintillion different possibilities. But guess what? It's possible to make the right move, because there really isn't a wrong one to make. As long as we're making moves, we're making progress. There's so many different paths we can take from here on out to get to our end goal, to make it to our dream job, to retire by a certain age. Sometimes it may not seem like we're twisting it the right way. You know, when you're trying to get the green to all line up on the bottom, but you twist it and the red ones kind of just scatter everywhere. Greek life, focus, and Roll and George were parts of my puzzle for the past 4 years. But now it's about the future and moving forward. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm constantly wondering if all the decisions I'm making now are the best decisions possible for my future. And then I think back to that little cube with 43 quintillion different possibilities and what move I should make. And the funny thing about that little cube is, it doesn't matter how messed up a Rubik's Cube is, with a little time, knowledge, dedication, and maybe some help from some friends, it can always be solved. Which brings us to graduation. This moment is simply a start to the moves we'll make, the places we'll go, the people we'll meet, the moments we'll remember, and the stories we will never forget. Create those stories and solve your Rubik's Cube. I know every graduate in here made an impact on Stetson. And I sure as hell know Stetson made an impact on me. I look forward to coming back for homecoming and seeing all the great things everyone has done. Thank you, and good luck after graduation.